Hi, Dan Paulson here, the creator of the channel. Well, the seeker of the templates. I found them. I'm having a hard time showing them, but I've got once in a while I have videos that I put up for a variety of different things, and this one's called Campfire Chats. Outside of the templates are usable as something that you turn inward and talk about. You interface, you talk about the world, what's going on, cause and effect. There's things like that all come into play. And so every once in a while, I'll get away from the templates and just talk about something different. And in this case, there is a calling. There's a rare calling in the material that not many people are going to do it. And I've thought about that quite a bit. And this is just theoretical ideas I want to put on the table right here. So if you're interested, that's what I want to talk about in the next few minutes is how come people can't see this? How come so few can? Is there a way we can understand it? And again, these are just initial thoughts. I'd love to hear some feedback. I ponder why what I'm doing is hard to see. And it's always been that way. The material tells us that not many people are going to figure it out, that are going to do it. And I've sat there and thought, how do you figure out who? Who is it? How do we know who's going to make it? There's got to be something there that is a reason for it, something they didn't have access to that perhaps we do today. And I'm going to say there's something with brain types. And the reason I say that is I look at humanity today, at what is going on, and there's something that I realize. It seems to me as if the vast majority of humans, regardless of what they believe, whether it's theism or atheism or whether they're, flat earth or any of the kind of, weird spiritual, Nibiru's actually coming back, where people read material from antiquity and somehow go, this must have really happened. And they go through it and don't understand that there are templates in there. Everybody's carrying this stuff in some form or another. They don't know what's inside. Why can't they get there? What is it? And why do people believe what they're told? This is something that I realize about me. And I think that this is going to be a part of anybody that does the search. You listen to people when you're young, but at some point in time, as you get older, you're not really, in your mind, every time somebody tells you something, you're going, really? What? Why? How? Something is different. If somebody says, this is the way it is, whatever, this is how this religion is, and this is what God is, and this is what you're to believe. The vast majority of people that buy into that or were raised with that are just going to go, okay, I believe that. And they will believe it, and they will aggressively come after you with it as truth when they never even found it on their own. What is it about us that makes us go, no, show me, show me, show me? And this is as best I could come up with. If we go way, way back in time, I see humans evolving in groups. And that within these groups, you're going to have different personalities to optimize the survival of the group. It's not every individual is the same. If we can look now and see that there are alphas, male, female, betas, followers, there's a lot of different kind of personality types. And I think if we look at the balance and think about how this would work, we can see why the group would have the brain types in the proportions that they do. The vast majority of the people are going to be that group. This is where the children come from. This is where the protection comes from. This is where the food, this is the whole engine of survival right here in the big group. On the outside, you've got, alpha males, females within the group that are taking care of things. But outside, there's a perimeter defense. That's us that can't get on the inside. Can't stand it. We have to get on the outside, but we have to become more sensitive. We have to see more. We have to sense more, and we have to be more accurate. Although we're also going to err a lot on the side of safety. So that's a factor as well. But I see that balance there as something that would be perfectly natural and normal, and it would be optimal for the survival of humanity emerging, wouldn't it? The people like us that are the ones that kind of are introverted, feelers, sensors, we get on the outside of the group. We can't really stand it. I can see that in a large group that in order for survival to happen, we don't want to get eaten by lions. If we are very fragile. We have to work together as a group. Now, if there is a group here, I see a reason for the people on the outskirts to distinguish and know the reality of that's a danger or that's not a danger. I need to know what is true. Everybody else in the group, when I yell, "Lion, run," that group needs to instantly react and go and do whatever. That group cannot sit there. We would be the ones, if we were in the group, if somebody said, "Lion, run," we'd go, "Yeah, really? Where? What is it? Let me see." That's us. We're the ones who see things and question it and determine whether or not it's real. And then tell the rest of the group, who then reacts and responds, trusting that our judgment is going to be what we evolved, we survived, we emerged. But that is still in place. That mechanism would explain to me why humanity is the way it is, why people just buy into, "I like the sounds of that. I believe that." And then they will say things to you like, well, Sir Isaac Newton believed this, or so-and-so believed that. And you're like, so what? Who cares? I don't care. I'm not going to say, well, this person believed something back there, so I'm going to follow what that person believes. We don't work that way. You get that from people all the time, though. I get that from people who say, so-and-so believes in God. Well, okay, good. That's not what I determine for my mind and my beliefs. I need something tangible. And I don't know what that person, yeah, there's more to it than that anyway. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. I think that there's something different in the brain types that are that way, and that most people are going to be followers. They're going to do what they're told. And they're not going to figure this out. They're not going to. Anyway, well, those are just thoughts. A little campfire chat here. These are the things sometimes I think about, and I go, I don't have anybody to talk to this about this stuff with. Anyway. Okay. I think that, honestly, I would think that in order to fix humanity, we have to understand what drives humanity. If you just look at things and go, those people are idiots, those people are assholes, those people this and those people that, it's not fixing anything. It's simply, there's cause and effect. It's simply looking at the effect and complaining about it, never realizing there's a cause behind it, and that cause is what needs to be interrupted in order for things to change. And that means people have to stop denying evolution. Yeah. We have to see what is real in order to interact with it. When we don't see what's real, we don't interact with it. We run up with blinders on, banking on supernatural that we can't even demonstrate, and that comes in millions of different forms globally. Turning inward, it's a tough process. Anyway, that was it. What do you think? Comments? What makes us different? We question, we need to know, we work it out mentally. When I go through my processes and I go through interpretation, I'm putting it into my mind and going, try this. Does it fit there? What about this? That happens. I can't even describe it, but there's a mental process you're going through until things fit in a certain way that they're kind of locked in there. And it's something that the brain just does. And I want to be clear and say that my brain does that. And I know that other brains do that as well. You can listen to people talk and you hear them reason through things and you go, yeah, okay, that's very clear. And you can hear people who just make statements that don't have anything behind it, that aren't thought out. And there's more people that way than not. And what I just said is nested in the material. We seek and knock, look for answers for righteousness. We want the truth. We're in the material. Yeah, so you're going to have a certain brain type. You're going to have a certain kind of experience. You're going to have access to the material. You're going to have something happen that makes you go, oh my God, I want to change my life. There's this filtering system that goes down and it becomes more rare. And then of course, all of this stuff was done in a time when this was their technology. They had these stories memorized. We're reading them in books and not quite figuring it out while we're busy doing other stuff. So life has changed. It's difficult probably to get back into it and to see what's there. And then when you do find it, it's so foreign to people that can't get out of modern day biases. They just, people look at you like a deer in the headlights. Or they tell you, buddy, that's not there, which tells you what? That they can't see it. Yeah, the template's there. It's conceptual. I'll do another video on that. Anyway, okay. That was it for this video. I just struggle sometimes with the inability to communicate with people. And then Another part of that also, however, in today's day and age, there's a lot of ego. There's a lot of people out there doing their own thing that are not looking for what you're looking for. I find when I go out and reach out, that in the religious community, there's just conflict. I don't like out there. Theist, atheist. Yeah, at some point I realize I got to back away from all those people. That none of them understand what's going on. They're caring it. They support each other. They build each other. The theist and the atheist help make each other strong. Meanwhile, templates guys, turn it inward. Yeah, they're not going to. They're not the right person. How bizarre. I wish there was a way to make it visible to everyone, because we're outnumbered by ignorance that denies reality, holding on to a supernatural fantasy. But I know better. Lao Tzu tells us the Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. You can tell people all day long, but it is not eternal until a person grabs it and makes it their own. Not until then is it real to the human, to the person. We turn these and use them in on ourselves. My way is only real when I use it. Somebody saying it, even if they tell me the right things to do, it doesn't heal me until I turn inward and face what I have to face. All right. That's it for this video. Love one another. See you in the next one.